God don't just work calculus on paper. He takes men and goes. Amazing, isn't it? Now, where was I? Loaves. 1,071. Let me give you one. Let me give you something else. So we're the bread, aren't we? Hold on here. I got it here. All right. I think I've got another place here. All right. When the Lord says that we are worthy, we need to walk worthy of the Lord. Let me just give it to you rather than chasing it down. Wait, here it is right here. Let me give you this. Here's the word worthy. Let me take you over here to Ephesians 4:1. And how do we walk worthy of the Lord? Don't we have to be sevened by the judgments of God? 4 times 7. Don't we have to be sevened by God's judgments in order to walk worthy? Because you don't start off walking worthy, do you? All right. We have to go through the judgments of God. God has to beat us up in life in order to cause us to walk worthy. Look here in Ephesians. Ephesians 4. Ephesians 4. Galatians, Ephesians. All right. Ephesians 4 and verse 1. Therefore, I therefore, the prisoner of Jesus Christ, beseech you that ye walk worthy of the vocation wherein ye were called. The word vocation is klesis, K-L-E-S-I-S. It means a calling. Walk worthy, but you can't start off walking worthy, can you? No. Let me give you the word worthy. I wonder what this is going to add up to. And we're talking about God created this. I'll erase this. That's bread there. Here's the word worthy. A. Kazee. That's an X. That's a kazee. That's an X. This is not an X. That's a CH. Keep that in your mind. In fact, the X, this is what Constantine brought in the church. He brought X Mass in the church, CH Mass, and he put on the X, the R, the rho. That's called the Labrum of Constantine, and you find that on all the Roman Catholic vestments. CHR Mass. X Mass is right, Christ's Mass. That's where that comes from. So that's not an X. We call it an X on X Mass, but it's CH Mass is what it is. This is an X right here. That's a kazee. Now, let me give you this word worthy. The only way you can walk worthy if you are sevened by the judgments of God. That's the only way. In fact, we're told to walk worthy of God's righteousness in Colossians 1:10, in Romans 16:2, Philippians 1:27, 1 Thessalonians 2:12, 3 John 6, and all of these are the same word, worthy. The Alpha, X, I, O, S. A, X, I, O, S. Axios. What is an A, X, I, O, M? That's a mathematical law, isn't it? A math law. This word means to be equitable or what's just or fair or right. You cannot work worthy until you are sevened by God's judgments. Has God's judgments hit me? Well, in the hospital dozens of times and out there trying to whip the world, and God's beat me up, nearly killed me to make me walk worthy. Here's the Alpha. The Alpha is 1. The kazee is 60. The iota is 10. What do we have there? 71. These next two have got to add up to 1,000, don't they? The omega is 800. The sigma is 200. 1,071. Now, you think that was an accident? Huh? No, not on your life. Now, let me give you something else that's just mind-boggling. I don't have time to get in this 153. Oh, let me give you 153. 153 is not merely a biblical number. 153 is a mathematical phenomenon. I had a young girl come here one time. She said, my father kept telling me that in mathematics, 153 had this great, astounding meaning. I was talking to Mike. Mike's got a master's degree in algebra. He does all of our, in math. He does all of our taping and everything back there. Whenever I say, how much time do we have, Mike? For those of you that don't know Mike, he's back there. And Mike knows. Mike, don't get Mike to teaching you. He'll break your head open. But I said, Mike, I need a book on mathematical etymology. When you study etymology, you study the foundation of words. And he was teaching up at Vol State, and he said, I found a book on etymology of mathematics. Let me read this to you. We're not talking about Bible. We're just talking about an etymological math book. We're talking about secular math. The word narcissistic, it comes from the Greek word narcissos, a plant with narrow leaves and usually white or yellow flowers. The word may be of Mediterranean origin. It may also be related to or influenced by the Indo-European ner, to wind or to twist. That is found in the Greek narc, meaning cramp or numbness. We get the word narcotic from that. Because the narcissus plant is known to have narcotic properties. According to Greek mythology, let me get something. I got something on my mouth here. According to Greek mythology, Narcissus was a young man who was so entranced by his own image in a reflecting pool that he was eventually transformed into a narcissus plant. In mathematics, I'm not reading out of the Bible or anything even referring to the Bible. I'm reading out of a mathematics book, Etymology of Mathematics. In mathematics, an integer is said to be narcissistic if it can be represented by some form of manipulation of its digits. For example, 153, is that what they're saying right there?
That it is.
It says 153. 153 is narcissistic because Narcissus looked into a pool and fell in love with himself. Are we narcissistic? Oh, yes, we are. That's why we have to die to self. That's why we have to take up our cross daily. We are narcissistic. The whole nation is narcissistic. We have fallen in love with us, haven't we? Whew. Narcissistic means it's into itself. When you take, this is mathematical structure in the way of, they have these various ways of putting mathematics together, and these are various types of ways of working problems. When you take 153, when you take 1 to the third power plus 5 to the third power plus 3 to the third power, what does that equal? This is what this means. It's narcissistic. 1 times 1 times 1 to the third power, 5 squared would be 5 times 5. 5 to the third power means 5 times 5 times 5. What is 1 to the third power? 1. What's 5 to the third power? 5 5 times 5 is 25 times 5 is 125. What is 9 to the third power? 3 to the third power. 3 times 3 is 9 times 3 is 27. What is 125 plus 27? 152 plus 1, 153. Now this is an amazing number. I've got so much more on this. How much time do I have to know where I can go?
20.
I have 20. I'm going to have to skip some stuff. You'll have to get with me, and we'll have to do this later. I'll have to do it next week. I got to show you something that just will rock your boat. Now, we've talked about Greek here, haven't we? Let's go back to the Hebrew, okay? Let's go back to the Hebrew. Do you think that